Hello everyone, thank you for listening and watching. My name is NefandEli and you can find my information in the description box below. And please check out my community board. I post there every day, crystals, spirit animals, inspiration, yoga pictures, and anything that's going on in the astrology. So please check that out. Also, if you would like more yoga inspiration, you can check out my Instagram, and that is linked below. If you'd like to take a look at those readings, again, the links are in the description box. So the title of this video is 5 Common Struggles for Lightworkers and Chosen Ones. And as we continue on this timeless spiritual journey, we are also simultaneously raising our vibration. And we know by now that this is not a linear process. We perceive it that way because it's easier for us to understand from a 3D perspective. But we know that the spiritual journey and life in general works in cycles. But as we go through these cycles, we are also cycling up, if that makes sense, right? We also know that this is not an easy process because as we cycle up, things, people, and situations that are no longer a vibrational match to us will also cycle out of our lives and out of our awareness. And this happens on all levels, okay? Remember that we are multidimensional beings. We're physical, spiritual, emotional, mental, right? So in this video, I'm going to talk about some of these struggles, the 5 common struggles, and I'll offer some practical tips to help you manage them. So the first struggle is to remember that no matter how high your vibration is, as long as you are incarnate in this 3D reality, you will have obstacles and challenges. Okay? As we become more awakened, we begin to put these high expectations on ourselves, right? We begin to, criticize ourselves and tyrannize ourselves when we miss the mark, when we have to go through another lesson, another cycle again. But it's important to see these times, these oppositions, these challenges, these setbacks, whatever, as our higher self making us aware of what we need to know. I can't remember who said it, but I remember Louise Hay quoting this person saying that when we have a problem in our life, there's not something that we need to do. There's something that we need to know. And it's also important to allow ourselves to feel any emotions that come with problems. Don't stuff them down. Find a healthy way to express them, right? Whether that's journaling, through prayer, or talking to a trusted friend. But, journaling is a really healthy way to express your emotions, and nobody has to know. You can also find time every single day, like I do, to make sure that I have space to process my emotions. I do that through my meditation, through my yoga practice, right? But you find a way that's right for you to really examine your emotional body, because it's so important to know how you feel, right? Because that's your litmus test, especially if you're an empath. It's so important that you're aware of how you feel and what your energy is versus the energy of other people, because we absorb energy, right? So we need to know and we need to be able to distinguish. The second struggle is to remember that people will hate you for no reason when you're on a spiritual journey, when you're a light worker, a way short, a chosen one. People are going to hate you, okay? I know that I talk about a lot of people, trying to do black magic and spell work on you. It shows up in my readings because, they just can't help themselves. They're dumbasses, right? But really, they're just low vibrational and they have control issues and they're not willing to do the work on themselves. It's really misdirected energy, right? They could use that same energy to work on themselves, but they choose to not heal and project pain. And as you start to shine brighter, you become a mirror to these people without even trying, right? So that makes them feel a certain type of way. People see their darkness, their shadow, and, it scares them because they're not trying to do that, right? They're not trying to work on themselves. Why should you work on yourself? And really, it's a fear, too, of you separating from them once you get to a specific energetic level. They know this. whether it's subconsciously or consciously. And as we know, people can do many strange and harmful things to you and others when they are in fear. So it's important to protect your energy. And remember agreement number 2 from the 4 agreements, right? We don't take anything personally. Nothing anybody else does is ever because of you. It's a projection of their reality, of their dream. So again, clear and protect your energy every single day. There's no rest for the wicked, okay? So you shouldn't be resting either when it comes to your beautiful divine energy. There's another quote from Don Miguel Ruiz, who wrote the 4 agreements. He says, "It is possible to wake up from this dream. It is possible to re-engineer your reality without endless striving, without suffering. To do so, you must master 3 skills. Awareness is the first one, seeking the dream and its illusion for what they are. The second one is forgiveness, accepting the consequences of the dream in you and in others. And the third is action, which is dissolving and shaping your dream and the dreams of others into forms of your choosing." Okay? The third challenge, struggle for Lightworkers chosen ones is as you begin to ascend and raise in vibration, you're going to experience some dietary and appetite changes, right? The tendency is to want to eat lighter, to eat healthier. Some people even go vegetarian or vegan. I've been vegan myself for 14 years, but even if you don't decide to go vegan or vegetarian, you might just decide to eat cleaner, right? And what people forget is that when you change your eating, it can create some social challenges among family and friends who don't understand what you're doing or don't agree with what you're doing. So keep that in mind, okay? Sometimes these appetite changes occur at times when the energy on the planet is really intense, such as energy portals being open like 10, 10, 11, 11, 12, 12, during powerful astrological times like eclipse seasons or the shifting of some of the larger planets, or when you're going through specific stages of your own personal awakening, right? The light body is trying to integrate with the physical body, and that's going to create a shift in what your physical body needs, what it doesn't need. It's going to start to throw off toxins. It's going to start to get into more alignment, and this again will create some changes in your appetite. There could be some weight gain, some weight loss, or your appetite could just be inconsistent. On the extreme end of this, certain health issues can start to manifest, and this is as a result of long-standing negative beliefs that have been held in your body somewhere, right? So we know that cancer is a dis-ease of resentment, but something even as common as a toothache could indicate indecision, right? The need to make a decision. And fear can sometimes manifest as sore feet. So I find that very interesting. The fourth challenge, or I guess it's not really a bad thing, but it could definitely be a challenge, is the need to incorporate consistent spiritual practices. When you're on a spiritual journey, having a consistent spiritual practice is essential. It is important so that you can establish and solidify the relationship that you have with the divine, with your angels, your teachers, your ancestors, your guides, your spirit team, right? It's just like real school, where you have various teachers in different grade levels that teach you different things as you develop and move up in your grade or rank. You also have your friends and your peers. It's the same thing. You start to attract people that are a part of your soul tribe, people that also need to teach you lessons as well. But again, these spiritual practices will help you to have that clear connection with your spiritual team that's going to be a part of your spiritual journey with you, okay? And the final challenge that I'm going to talk about in this video is learning to be in the world but not of the world, okay? Learning and knowing that you are a spiritual being having a human experience. And you do this by getting to know yourself. And how do you get to know yourself? You spend time with yourself, right? Journaling, meditation, exercise, whatever it is that you do to connect with yourself, and you do it consistently. When you know yourself, it makes it harder for other people to influence you, seduce you, trick you, do spell work on you, or whatever the fuck, right? Because you know who you are. And it's important to remember that self-love is the strongest form of protection. Okay, so practicing self-love every day is going to protect you because, again, you're not willing to settle for anything that is not love. Okay? When you live by a set of morals and standards too, it's a good way to keep yourself in alignment. But when you live by your morals and standards, it's also important to be free of judgment as much as possible, because remember, these morals and standards belong to you. They're what work for you, and they may not necessarily be in alignment with somebody else, okay? But whether you're engaging in worship at church or you're a part of a spiritual retreat, your personal spiritual practices, I feel, should be a private thing, okay? Something that's between you and God. So you have these gatherings and these worship services and these things that you do collectively, but then you also have your private thing that you do to really connect and tap in, tune in to your spiritual self, to your spirit team. And again, I feel like that should be a private thing, okay? So I hope this video was helpful for you. And just remember that I'm hearing that song from Mary Mary, or that line from Mary Mary's song. Nobody told me the road would be easy, but I don't believe he brought me this far to leave me. Okay? So take these challenges in stride, work through them, and do what you know you need to do. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.